In this video, I'm going to show you how just 1 tablespoon of this salt will change your life forever.
The Epic Life TV, your home for mastery of habits which create your epic life and business.
So Epic Lifers, welcome back to the Epic Life TV, and I just want to say thank you so much for the support of everybody and all the feedback that I've had back from all the videos. It's been great, and so I'm really appreciative of it. I just love sharing this stuff with you guys, and I hope it's been a blessing to you. So in today's video, as I said, we are going to be talking about salt, okay? Now, we're going through an Epic Life Optimum series. If you haven't seen that, then if you look at the end of this video, you will see a link that pops up on the actual screen that will allow you to watch the whole Epic Life Optimum series. There's also a link in the description box below, and you'll be able to find the rest of the videos there. Now, I just want to say just a little disclaimer here, okay? Because, you know, got to protect your back here. All right. I repeat, I am not by profession a doctor, all right? My name is Mr. O. I am not Dr. O, okay? I am not a professional in any sense. It is actually illegal for me to give you any kind of advice in that capacity. What I'm sharing with you is just research that I've learned over the years that I've actually implemented into my own life, and I've reaped the benefits of it, and there are many people who have as well. And so I just want to share what I'm learning with you as I go along, and I hope it will be a blessing to you as you actually implement it in your own life. So I just want to say that, just, you know, my little disclaimer here. Now, you might be wondering, okay, so where does this come into the New Start principles? Right, so we're talking about, if you don't know what New Start is, I'll just go through it quickly. It's nutrition, exercise, water, sunlight, oh my goodness, temperance, air, rest, and trust in God. Those are the 8 laws of health, okay? That's what we're covering in this Epic Life Optimum series. And so what I want to talk to you about is nutrition, and salt comes in nutrition. In fact, what we're going to be covering is salt, not in this, well, we're going to be talking about salt in this video, and then we're going to have 3 other videos covering nutrition. We're going to be talking about acid and alkaline balance and energizing yourself, because that's what we want to feel like, right? We want to feel good, we want to feel energetic, and we want to be healthy. So we're going to be talking about acid and alkaline, salt, and we're also going to be covering healthy fats, okay, and proteins, because a lot of the times, you know, I've been promoting a plant-based diet, and a lot of the time people are like, okay, well, if I'm on plants, where am I going to get my protein? Well, we're going to talk about that in these actual videos. So we are talking about salt, okay? Salt is essential for life, absolutely essential. In fact, your body runs on electricity. You may have seen, I showed a video earlier of a doctor called Dr. Robert Young, and there was a video where he was taking salt and he put it in a glass with some water, and he showed how this salt lit up the light bulb, okay? And what he was trying to illustrate is that salt in the body actually electrifies you, okay? Your body runs on electricity. Salt, you've got a hydroelectric system within your body, and salt is essential to give you the ions that electrify those impulses and make you feel alive, okay? So that is why salt is so essential in your life. So the question is where is salt found? Now, you might think, well, obviously you go to Tesco, or if you live in the States, you go to Walmart or Walgreens. I'm trying to remember the shops you all go to, or Publix. I know that's quite expensive, or Whole Foods. Okay, so I'm just saying, you know, I've been to America a few times. I know a few things. If you're here in the UK, you might say Sainsbury's, you might say Tesco, Waitrose, if you're posh like moi. I don't shop at Waitrose. Sometimes I treat myself, but anyway, just trying to think of other places. Morrison's, it doesn't matter. These are all places we go to get food, all right? But I'm asking you, where does salt come from? Where does it come from in nature? That's what we want to discuss here. So you might have thought, I get my table salt and I put that on my food. That's where I get salt. Okay, but where do you find it in nature? Think about it. This planet is covered with something. water, right? It's covered most of this planet. I think is it 70% of this planet is covered in water, kind of like our bodies. All right, so salt is found in the sea. Okay, it's also found in minerals. You'll actually find mineral salts in the soil, in your food, your greens and things like that. But the salt that you get on your table, that's the question you've got to ask. Where does that salt come from? Because not all salt is created equal, and a lot of people, you've heard, have high blood pressure because of salt. So we're going to make some distinctions on what type of salt is good and the benefits of salt in general. Okay, so as I said, you can find salt in seawater. All right, now what you might not know is that there are actually 92 minerals of salt, right, in the salt water in the sea. Okay, in fact, seawater is referred to as an isotonic solution because it has the exact same minerals of salt as is in the human body. Pretty interesting, right? Now, when sea salt is evaporated, okay, in the process of actually getting it so it becomes your salt that you use on your food, when it's evaporated, the first chemicals that are actually formed, which are crystals, you'll see, are sodium chloride. Okay, so on the periodic table, you may remember this in science, that's Na, which is sodium, and Cl, which is chloride. So you put it together, it's NaCl. That is salt. It's sodium chloride, right? So what they do is they evaporate this seawater, it forms these salt crystals, and then what they do is this, they bleach those sodium chloride crystals, okay? And then what they do is they put aluminium with it, and the reason they do that is so that it doesn't stick together when you're trying to, you ever try to push out really cheap table salt and it's kind of clumped together? It doesn't really happen nowadays, but they put aluminium in there so that that doesn't happen, and it runs smoothly out of your salt shaker. And that, my friend, is what you call table salt. Okay, so just those two elements put together, that makes a compound, that is your salt. Now, as I said, sodium is essential, but it needs to be absorbed into the body with the other 92 minerals, or it won't be taken into the body properly, and what it will cause is high blood pressure, and I'll explain that a little bit later on in this video. So that's table salt, right? They put it through processing, and it's just basically not the healthiest form of salt that you can get. What is a healthy form of salt? Well, the best they say is Celtic sea salt, okay? Celtic sea salt, and it actually has 82 minerals, so almost the 92 that you need, all right? And also another good one is Himalayan rock salt, okay? And that's what I showed you earlier in the video. In fact, I'm just going to go get it now here, all right? This is Himalayan rock salt. Now, I don't know if you notice, but it has a bit of a pink tint to it. I've got these really bright lights in my eyes, so I can't actually see on the screen if you can notice whether or not this is pink. In fact, what I'll do, just for contrast's sake, I'm going to take this plastic bag here and I'm going to show you. Can you see the difference now? Yeah, so you can see the white and you can see there's a pink tint to this one. So what I'm holding in my hand is Himalayan rock salt. Okay, it's Himalayan rock salt. Actually, when you find it in its natural form, it's in these big rocks, but this one has been grounded down. Okay, in fact, I'll show you the box that it came in. It's in this little box here. I think you can get this in Tesco. My wife actually bought this, so I think that's where she got it from. Yeah. Himalayan rock salt, great for cooking, bathing, detoxifying, rejuvenating. People use it to make salt scrubs and all that good jazz. Okay, so now sodium is used all over the body, okay? It's used everywhere, in all your cells, everywhere. Sodium's just one of those things you just absolutely need. And chloride, which is in the sodium chloride, is used in the hydrochloric acid, HCl, hydrochloric acid that is actually within your stomach, and that helps, it's an acidic substance that helps to break down your food, and it actually lies within your stomach, okay? Now, I said to you, if you have about a tablespoon of salt a day, now you don't have it all at once, this is obviously throughout the day. If you have a tablespoon of this stuff, sorry, a teaspoon of this stuff, then it will actually change your life, because most people are deficient in salt. Now, why am I saying it's going to change your life? I'm saying that because if you have enough of these salts, your body has the minerals that it needs to have all the electricity running in your body, and you will feel more energetic. I can promise you, you will feel more energetic, and you'll also have lower blood pressure. Now, you can do your research on what I'm about to say, but I'm about to contradict what most of your physicians will tell you, okay? Now, I'm not discounting what they've learned. They have a lot more knowledge than I do in many different areas, but I'm just telling you something that I have done, which is proven research, okay? And doctors that actually will look this up for themselves too will actually acknowledge this. Now, a lot of physicians will tell you, you need to cut out your salt. Have you ever heard this, right? They'll say to you, you know, you're getting too much salt. You need to reduce your salt because you're getting high blood pressure, right? We blame salt for high blood pressure, and you're half right with that, okay? It depends on the kind of salt that you have. So, table salt, the doctor is absolutely right. If you're having table salt, not only do you need to cut that down, you need to cut it out, okay? Period. Because salt, just table salt, sodium chloride, on its own is not good, because the other minerals, okay, that's just one mineral. Remember I said there's 82, okay, that come in the salt of your Himalayan rock salt. You're going to be missing all those others if you're only having table salt, all right? Because table salt on its own causes an imbalance in the cells. On a cellular level, it causes imbalance, okay? And in fact, you know what table salt does on its own? It kills your taste buds. Now, here's the proof of this, okay? There is actually proof of this. You will notice when you have a dinner, okay? You go to Tesco's or wherever you shop, Waitrose if you're really rich like me. Woohoo! Anyway, hey, awkward. So, you go and you create your pièce de résistance, okay? That's just a posh French word for like your best, I don't actually know what the direct translation is, but it basically means it's your best meal that you know how to cook, all right? So you get together, you spend this time, you make this food, and then you put it on a table and you say, all right, everybody, you say grace, and then you're about to eat, and then someone commits what I can only describe as gastronomic sacrilege, all right? They get a salt shaker, and what do? You've seen them do it. Maybe it's you that does this. I don't know, all right? But they do this. They go all over your food. And you're like, what? What are you doing? You haven't even tasted it yet. Have you ever seen that? They're putting salt and haven't even tasted it. Haven't tasted the food yet, but they want to put salt all over it because apparently you don't know how to cook, all right? Well, the truth is this. It's not that you don't know how to cook. It's that they have killed their taste buds. They can't taste anything, or they can't taste much unless they put that table salt, because that table salt has killed their taste buds. So in order for them to taste anything, the more that they use, the more they actually have to use to be able to taste food, because they're killing their taste buds. Whereas with this stuff, this actually activates your taste buds. Himalayan rock salt or Celtic sea salt will actually activate your taste buds, so you don't need to keep having lots of the table salt. And this stuff is actually good for you and doesn't kill your taste buds, and I'll explain a bit further. You need salt with all the other minerals, all right, and the sodium within it, as it is found in nature, in order for you to get the benefits of it. So the advice your doctor is giving you, it to have no salt, is kind of right, but it's not completely right, okay? It's right in the sense of table salt. Definitely need to cut that out, but to have no salt at all in the attempt to reduce your blood pressure is actually not going to be helpful, because no salt can actually cause your blood pressure to rise up as well, all right? And I'll explain what I mean. When you don't have any salt, all right, the blood is desperate for these minerals, okay? The cells need it to do all the things like create DNA, to, you know, all the different things that your cells do, the amazing things. And there's 100 trillion cells in your body. So your body has to do its best to make sure that it's getting those minerals in. Now, when you're not having any salt in your diet, the body takes what it can from the minerals that are already in the blood to actually try and force it into the cells, and it does that by creating a higher blood pressure. So when you have no salt, then you create that blood pressure because the body's trying to compensate for something. I hope that makes sense. In fact, your body cannot digest food properly without salt. And in fact, the glucose that your body needs will not be accepted into the cell without that salt being present, okay? It kind of needs it as a way to get into the blood. And that is why a salt-free diet actually causes your energy levels to drop, because you can't get enough glucose into the blood, right? So just a tip here, okay? If you're feeling a little bit tired, Yes, you can do something, you can move, you can get some oxygen. Okay, so like I showed you a few weeks ago in the video on exercise, by this thing that you do for 12 minutes, all right? Okay, there's a link to that video in the description box below. You can use oxygen to energize yourself, but salt will also do that as well. In fact, a lot of athletes do this, okay? You'll see them, you'll notice they're drinking like these kind of isotonic solutions because it's got mineral salts in it to replenish what they've lost when they were sweating. You sweat out. If you've ever tasted your sweat, all right, you'll taste that it's salty. Well, it's salty because of all the mineral salts that have come out with the perspiration, right? So you need to replenish that. So a lot of people, they're feeling like a drop in energy. So what do? They go get their coffee, okay, or they go get their sugar, whatever it is that they're using. But what you can do is this: if you get a compound of Celtic sea salt or Himalayan rock salt, all right, just get a little crystal, put it on your tongue, okay? And the reason I'm telling you to do this is this: that salt has magnesium in it, okay? Now, it has magnesium compounds like bromide, sulfate, chloride, all right? These are all things that are coupled up with magnesium, and magnesium absorbs water. So if you put a crystal of the salt on your tongue and drink some water, it's actually the fastest way to get water absorbed into the cells. Now, when you've got hydration in your cells, your energy levels come up. All right, so this is a healthy way to raise your energy levels. In fact, if you've ever been shipwrecked or you've heard stories about this, what they recommend that these people in a shipwreck do is to drink a little bit of seawater, not a lot, but just a little bit. Take a little sip of it because it's got those minerals in it to actually help you to keep replenishing yourself with energy. You can literally save your life by doing that. And in fact, you should be getting, if you're getting your minerals in, you should be getting at least a teaspoon of salt a day. This is obviously spread throughout your meals, and that will actually help you to have higher energy and keep your blood pressure the way it needs to be. And that, my friend, is how it can change your life. So by the way, I'm just going to go on a little tangent here. High blood pressure can be caused by many things, not just salt. I just wanted to point that out. It can be caused by dehydration. It can be caused by table salt or no salt, as we explained. It can also be caused by not having enough greens, not getting enough sun. It can be due to inactivity, right? It can be down to a high sugar diet or a high carb diet, or not getting enough fats in the system, having maybe too much margarine. Or it can be, you know, you're in constant distress. You're putting your body's under a lot of stress because you're worrying all the time. All of these things create high blood pressure. So if you have high blood pressure, do a bit of investigating. Find out what you're deficient in, because all the things that I just mentioned above, right? All of those things cause the body to force the minerals into the cell, and the only way the body has of doing that is to actually create high blood pressure, to force those salts into the cell so it has what it needs. Now, if you're getting all the minerals you need, then the body doesn't need to do that. And so when it's getting the minerals, then it will just relieve the pressure, okay? And you'll feel less stress, right? But when you take blood pressure tablets, because when your doctor takes your blood pressure and they're like, oh, you got high blood pressure, we're going to give you some tablets for that, of course, because they get paid for that. They are being paid by the NHS. If you live in the UK, and also if they're private, you know, they get money for giving you this medication. So, and sometimes it's just they haven't done their research, so they don't know any better. But you should also know what is in that actual prescription. What's in it? Because we don't ask, we just take these things. Well, let me tell you, there is Rufin, okay, I think I'm pronouncing it right, I don't know, but Rufin, okay, is in these blood pressure tablets. Now, I don't know if you know what that is, but it's something that they put in rat poison. Yeah, you're putting rat poison into your system to lower your blood pressure. Does that sound like a good idea? I don't know. Now, again, I'm not a physician. You don't have to take my advice on this. Maybe you might want to see a qualified homeopath. Is that the right word? Nutritionist or whatever, I don't even know. But I'm just telling you my research on what I've learned, okay? But I know this is a fact, this is a proven fact, that when you take these prescription drugs, all right, there's a list of side effects as long as your arm. You may have seen a video that I made, what happens when you take prescription drugs. There's a list as long as your arm of all the side effects that can happen as a result. Whereas if you're just getting enough minerals, you're having your tablespoon of your rock salt or whatever it is every day, all right, you're making sure you're getting enough, then you're probably going to have lower blood pressure and therefore not have to worry about it. But if you're not doing that, then you're going to have the high blood pressure, and then you're taking these tablets, and then there's all these other side effects. So you've got to take extra tablets to offset the results of what that tablet you took. And then of course that tablet that you're now taking to offset that tablet is causing some side effects, so you need to take another tablet, and then by the time you know it, you're taking 10 different tablets just for your high blood pressure and offsetting all the other side effects that you're getting as a result. So it makes sense to try and do things in a natural way and not put your body in this acidic imbalance, and you're just basically killing yourself essentially, right? So you can stop the problem and save yourself so much hassle and expense, all right, by just making sure you're getting your minerals in. And if you have high blood pressure, there are some natural ways that you can actually reduce it, all right? These are natural blood thinners. There's water, there's cayenne pepper, there's garlic, there's ginger, there's omega-3s that can be found in flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, all right? And ginger, by the way, is anti-inflammatory. There's all these wonderful natural things that you can use to reduce your blood pressure. So have a look and think about those things. Okay, so I think I've waffled on long enough. Making sure you get enough salt, you have enough minerals, will give you more energy. It can reduce your blood pressure. It can do so many different things. So I'm gonna wrap this up here, and I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday, where we're going to be going further into nutrition. We've still got protein to cover, we've still got acid and alkaline to cover, and energizing yourself, and we've also got, what was the other thing? That's it, healthy fats. So we're going to be going through those, and I look forward to seeing you next video. If you haven't already, do press the subscribe button so that you can be notified. There's a little bell on the side of that subscription button just to let yourself know when the next video will be out. It will pop up on your phone or your tablet or whatever it is to let you know when that video is out, but it will be out on Tuesday, 6 p.m. GMT time. So until then, I will see you next time. So I'm Mr. O, and remember, if you are going to live, please live the epic life. And remember, you are just one habit away. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.